Right, Jeff, here we are back in your workshop. I've just done a flying visit. I can't stay too long. Nope. See, the engine cases are now out of my bike.
It's all done.
And all the welds are done.
Yeah. Well, I've welded that. That's where the join was there.
Yes.
So I put a couple of runs around then.
Okay.
Just a little bit of polishing and wet and drying here and there. You know. But then again, it's when you look at all the original.
Yeah, the original welding is not that good.
It's, you know, there's a bit of tidying up to do, and you don't want to be doing. I'll put the front one in, yeah.
Yeah, we've got here this front engine bracing.
We want one at the back here somewhere.
Yes, yeah, not sure where yet, so we'll.
It could be ideal to use something like a piece of 2x1 over the join.
Yeah.
Across, you know, like a piece of box. If it's not in the way of anything.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
That'd give it some. Strength, yeah.
Okay, and if we come on this side, so I can see the side, yeah.
Just be careful if you spin it. It's only balanced.
So it's actually been
bit precarious.
Cut here, and here, and here, and that's new. All this here is new. We saw that being bent.
Well, it's joined there. That's why there's a tiny little low spot there. But if you to paint that, you know, to quote the phrase, you'd never see it.
Also, of course, just sort of a reminder, we've now gone up to 20mm for the spindle, swing arm spindle. Again, we saw you preparing these last time around, or I think in the previous but one video.
It's very tight in there because obviously when it's been welded, you have to actually tap it in with a copper mallet, which is probably
a good thing.
The best thing you can get. That keeps it absolutely. Once it's shimmed, it keeps it absolutely rigid.
I'm off the jig now, because if we just push this forward a wee bit, we can go and get the back end of this thing, the swing arm, and we'll see how it fits. Okay, so we've just very quickly, rested this swing arm and rear wheel on the frame. It's all a bit loose. There's no bearings in that swing arm yet.
That actually might be. That's not a bad.
Yeah. In fact, what I should have done today, now I know that's here, is bring along the shocks
just to
that
see,
this thing is going to have or may have. I've got this beautiful progressive remote reservoir shocks there to go on this thing. Perhaps. Anyway, let's just see what that looks like. Yeah, it's not bad, is it really? Yeah, so pretty good. So what's next, Jeff? You've now got to just do a little bit more work on cleaning up those wells. Anything else?
Well, until we don't know here what we're doing here yet. We don't know what we're doing here, so we can't.
You can't put brackets on. You can't.
I mean, I'd know what I would do.
Which is what?
Eh?
Which is what?
Well, like you say, I mean, the carburettors. If you're running, say, carbs and filters,
which I am, yes,
they wouldn't come any further past there.
Yeah.
So I'd put a piece of box right in across there, across the weld.
Yeah.
Here, I'd put a couple of brackets, and I'd make a stainless or aluminium, like a complete sunk-in tray that just drops in, that you can put all your electrics in. It'll form part of the guard here.
Well, yeah, it's definitely going to have a tray anyway to control the electrics.
The back end, I would probably maybe just you could bring it in a little bit. Until you actually get the seat unit, you can't really tell what you do. No. You need to work out the seat unit. But I think it's gonna have to have a modified one on it.
Oh yeah. Well, whatever. Well, as I say, the bodywork for this thing, I'm not quite sure yet which way I want to go. Do I want to do it quite easily and sort of not too expensively, or do I want to go mad and do something I've always wanted to build?
Do you know what ones I like?
What?
That one that we saw at Whitchurch when we went to get the pistons. That 750 one, you know, the green one.
Oh yes, yeah.
Are they like a H? Not is it a something race replica? And it has like the box. It looks like 70s racer style.
Oh yeah.
I think something like that would look.
There's a bike that I've always admired since 1981. I've always wanted one. If you buy an original one, they're looking at like £30,000 or £40,000. So I won't be doing that. But I found a place in the Netherlands who sell the bodywork for these things, and I've also thought, I'll keep that link. And
do that.
The bodywork's not cheap.
Follow us, is it?
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Where are you going now?
Oh, just that's the front wheel.
Oh yeah. We got the front wheel too.
I've sorted these engine cases out.
Okay, bear with me, and we'll go back in the workshop rather than me dreaming about special bikes. Okay, so we've come back in the workshop on the workbench. We see a set of engine cases, and you've got I believe you're saying you'd now widen these out.
Yeah, all these are the ones that hopefully these are standard.
Yes, not the ones we had in the...
No, well they were standard, but they were a bit
tight.
grotty,
Yes.
and there was a broken there's a broken stud in one of them. Which
Okay.
These are actually what we've done. I set them up on the miller.
Oh, I see you've milled that off. Yeah.
What happens with them? And there's not a lot of people know this.
Not a lot of people know this. Yeah, go on.
What happens is that's about 1.5 mil difference from there to there.
Yeah.
And what happens is the reason these GPZs, if you bolt a spacer on like that, it ends up being tipped up. Maybe not that much, but as you tighten it up, it tries to do that.
Move. Yeah, yeah.
So because they come out of a die casting, it's got to have a taper on it. That's been machined off, that one.
Yeah.
I've cleaned that off.
So you're now machining this nice and flat.
So that now has been done on the miller. So that now is as flat as
you're going to get.
As you're going to get.
Okay.
So now everything, when it's bolted through, can sit up nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Up, on faces. So
the original then dimensions of that mounting rod there, that pin was what? Is it 12 mil?
A 12 mil, but
and now it's not. It's now what? Half an inch.
Yeah, well that's a 12 mil, and there's hardly anything come out.
Yeah.
And what happens is when you look at them,
it's a bit loose, isn't it? Yeah, a bit rattly.
Terrible.
So you've widened that out to what, half inch, which is 12.5
yeah,
or thereabouts.
It's hardly had anything out. The half inch went in, but it's virtually as it gets. I think they're more like tapered holes. I don't know how they.
Okay.
So
yeah, that's now a much firmer fit.
There is a touch of it on it, but because that's 12.7,
right.
It's took out. Obviously that is a lot better in there.
So now that bar is going to have to be threaded.
But the spacer is still at. They're the wrong.
No.
Oh, that's the one.
That's the one.
And they did ream. Oh no, they're at 12 mil, so they want reaming out to half inch.
Okay. Anyway, it will fit, but this, let me just see. This bar now just needs to be machined down.
Well, that is the length. That is the length that we need.
Right.
So what I need to do, we've got to get a thread on here to put a nut and then weld it.
Yeah.
And then get a thread, because we're going to go through the bracket.
Yeah.
And then it gives us a thread. Once that's tightened into the plate, then we can also put a nut on it for the outrigger plate, which I have, funnily enough, found.
Oh my God.
The piece that I was going to use there, that I've pre-made.
All right.
That is a shape of the fret.
Of
it just gave me an idea of the size, and then I suddenly went up in the loft and thought,
you got one.
I've got a piece.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll cover that making of the outrigger plate at some point in the future. But right now I'm really late, so we'll call that a day. I think.
So
I've got to go.
We've got to get on with that.
Okay.
It's depending on what we're going to do. Is we just want to put a standard crank in it?
Oh, now you're asking, aren't you?
Well, I don't know. One with 17 mil because.
Well, it's a road bike at the end of the day, so.
I mean, that's 12 mil bolt, but that's tighter.
Yeah.
But that nut's
tired.
I mean, that's perfect for the front.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not that's the.
No, I want stainless, mate. I want it right. I mean,
Well,
of course, I can get that.
You say you want it right.
Well, I can also get that cadmium plated, I guess, and replated, but I'd rather have stainless, to be honest.
I've got some 12 mil stainless bar.
Yeah, right. Well,
somewhere.
I might have as well, actually. I think I might have some as well.
Well, if you've got some,
I've certainly got some 12 mil nuts and bolts.
That's a 10 mil one for the bottom.
Yeah.
And that is actually long enough, but it's got.
Oh, weird.
Well, what we need to do is it's too long anyway, so we can cut that down, put a 10 mil thread on it, weld a nut on it, cap it, and then we can put a locked. So that'll do the bottom. Right. That's perfect. That 10 to the bottom.
Okay. Okay.
So that's stainless. The only thing is that's not stainless.
Is it not? I thought it was.
No. No.
What is it?
Ah, right.
What is it?
It's some really good steel because of you. Like a high thingy steel. Well, it's chrome there, but once it's got the threads on, like you say, once you've got, it's not going to rust, is it? So once you see it, you'll just see it chrome there.
Yeah. Okay.
You won't see any of it really, because it'll have all spaces on it. Unless
that is not going to go through a winter.
But
so I don't think I have to worry about that.
That'll be. I wouldn't.
You're happy with that?
I'd use that.
Okay. Well, in that case.
But that one, like you say, because of the. If you want to check, we'll get some 12 mil and we'll do
get some 12 mil. We'll do it right. Don't forget, this is supposed to be my next year's project, not this year's project. But if it's going forward, okay, then we'll carry on.
Anyway.
And with that, I really have to go.
Yeah,
I've got to go and do some other things. And so
what do you want to?
We'll come back soon.
Right.
Okay, so here we are back at Jeff's again, and I brought the Z1000 tank along, positioned it on the frame. Now, obviously, that tank doesn't fit this frame. And right now it's sitting up too high and
It's actually
too far back, I think. As you can see there, it's not quite
It's
right.
not. It's actually what's coming up a fraction.
Yeah, it's too far back, I think.
I can see now where the mounts.
Yeah.
Oh, might have a little problem there.
I know, I noticed that.
The coil mounts are where.
The coil can be moved, don't worry about that. The coil's
we could if you make a battery box, you could always put the coils back.
Yeah. And also, since the last
could be
video we made a few days ago, I've made an executive decision, and I'm going to go with that style tank. I'm going to go with the retro resto mod look, sort of Z1000, Z9, Z1 back end, Z9 side panels and so on.
Oh, you're running panels?
Yeah. Now, yeah. Now you did say
well.
something actually the other day, where you said, oh, we can buy a standard Z9 tailpiece and widening by an inch or so. So I thought about that. I thought, well, it might not, we could do that, but it might ruin the look of it because it's a nice curved top to it. And then I had an idea. I thought, hang on a minute, Mr. Kawasaki already made a wider Z9 style tailpiece. What on, Jeff? On the new Z900 RS, which is a replica of an old bike, and it uses a 17-inch sort of 190 rear tyre. So if you can find one of them or a copy of one of them, we should be okay. Well, the other thing is, I brought along my shocks here, I want to use, which I think is rather nice. Progressive suspension remote reservoir shocks with adjustable damping and so on. Now, I was going to use these on the Guzzi, but they wouldn't fit because the mounts were different. So I thought, okay, no problem, I'll use it on this thing. Except I've come along, and guess what? Same problem. 14mm bolts
stub,
here,
yeah.
and these are 12. So guess what? They don't fit. But we've had a little think about it, and we think we can remount the inner metal. What do you call that?
The
inner
eyelet, little sleeve.
They're about 3mm thick, so we think we can take them out by a mil, and that gives us the 14 we need.
Actually, if we can take them out, if they will just press out the little steel, and then put them in the lathe and ream them out.
That would be great.
A device up where we can actually just wind them and just gently ease them out, and then just sort of make a little tool to.
In actual fact, I think they're supposed to go.
Oh, that way.
Yeah.
The piggyback. Yeah, I see.
So the height's not quite right yet because.
And that's 12, yeah.
Because that's a little bit too low at the moment. The whole thing needs to be.
It should go that way.
Well, you can do it either way.
Oh, it go either way. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
There's some up the bottom and some
well,
at the top.
The idea is to think that by putting it at the top, you reduce unsprung mass because the bottom bit is obviously moving down. So yeah, so that's kind of the look we're going to go for. So I've left the idea of building my dream bike for the time being, which is a French endurance racing replica Kawasaki from the early 80s. But that's a dream bike that will come along another day. But I'll still do it one day, maybe next year, maybe the year after, who knows. But yes, that's a good start. So now we've done that, we've got it out in the sunshine, or say sunshine, the
lack of sunshine.
Lack of sunshine, yeah. So yeah, that's all in hand. And now I've decided to do that with this tank and so on. What we can now do is finish off the bracing on this frame. So now we can put a cross piece here, which would be behind the carbs and behind the.
Have you decided what with a tube or?
I'd rather have a tube myself.
Yeah, a tube will look at.
And once that's done, we can then start thinking about making I'm not sure alloy or stainless steel, I'm not sure which box here to go inside to hold a battery and electrics. The bike's going to have, just like other bikes, a Motor Gadget M unit because they're fantastic. Really like them, they're very small and they make the wiring so much easier, so much simpler. So yeah, that's what's going to happen. What we've not got yet is a front end. No forks, no yokes. Got a front wheel, but no discs. So
well, you got some discs. I thought you brought some discs.
I did, but not to use them. So well, yeah. I mean, we can have a look round. There's plenty of shops out there. There's plenty of forks that are available online.
There's an abundance.
Yeah, they'll all need rebuilding, no doubt, because they all need bloody rebuilding. All the seals will be gone.
I have got a set of forks that would fit it.
And what's that?
That are long enough, but the original.
What the 38s?
38 B2.
Yeah.
The 31 inches long.
Yeah, I'd rather have something a little bit chunkier.
But now the money to put seals and do it.
I
think there's pits in them, so you'd have to get them re-chromed.
No, I think we'll have a look round and see what we can get.
To do it, yeah.
And then we'll have some of your billet yokes on there, I think. And okay, so with that then, we'll call it quits. It's a bit cold out here. We'll put that away and I'm going to drink some more tea. So thanks for watching and cheers.